Hi there guys, my name is Jacob and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video, I thought it would be interesting to work out how much does it cost me for a full month to live in the UK. And I've totaled everything I have spent for the month of August. So that's bills, that's takeaways, eating out, you name it. I've put it all down and we're going to go over exactly how much it cost me to live in the UK for the full month of August. But before I get going, if you could just hit the like button and the subscribe button, that would really help my channel. Right then, let's get started. The biggest monthly cost that I have is my mortgage, and that is £949.89. Now, currently I've got about £196,000 on the balance of my mortgage. So I've got a lot of years left to pay. But like I say, currently it's £949.89 a month. That's my biggest outgoing expense that I have. Moving on, we've got electric and gas at £50 a month. That's for both electric and gas, £50 in total. Now, you might think that's quite low, but actually I'm in a lot of credit on my account at the moment. So I've reduced my direct debit down to £50 so I can start eating through some of that credit. But I don't expect that to change anytime soon. So yeah, just £50 for electric and gas. Water, I've got down as £21.50. That again is just a direct debit. It's not actually what we use, but I'm always in credit on my water account. So we must use less than £21.50, but that is what I pay per month. House insurance, I've got down as £4.63. That is pretty much for just a basic policy of building and contents insurance, but it's quite a low threshold on the contents. It mostly just covers the actual structure and the building. A new one on the list that we added recently is a kitchen finance agreement. Now, I'm currently sat in my new kitchen, but you can't really see it on camera. I will make a video if you're interested in seeing a kind of breakdown of the cost of my new kitchen. Then let me know in the comments. But the cost of my new kitchen on the finance agreement is currently £249.41. And I will be paying that amount for, I believe, the next 4 years to pay off the kitchen. Now, I'm somebody who is very much against taking on extra monthly payments and, finance agreements and things like that. But this one is a bit of an anomaly that it's actually a 0% interest agreement. So we were going to pay cash for the kitchen and just get it paid off in full. But obviously, because it's a 0%, it didn't make sense to do that. It made sense to keep our own money, earning interest in a different account and just pay a monthly fee to get the kitchen paid off. So that's what we did. So even though I am very much against taking on extra monthly payments, this one absolutely made sense. So yeah, £249.41 for our brand new kitchen that I'm currently sat in filming this video. We also have a loft finance agreement, which we took out 12 months ago. And that is basically, we had the loft insulated and boarded when we moved into this house because the loft was not usable and very little insulation in it, which obviously isn't good for heating bills, things like that. So we had that done pretty much straight away when we moved in. And the monthly finance for that is £113.38. But as of the month of August, that is my final payment on that. It was only a 12-month agreement. So next month, that will drop off my bills total, but it's still on there for August, so I've still included it. Council tax is £172 a month. So that's gone up fairly recently. I believe it used to be around 160 or 162, but it's 172 now. So that unfortunately keeps creeping up. I've got my Apple Music and TV subscription at £36.95. Now that is quite high for, like I say, TV and music. However, that is a family subscription that I share with about 5 other family members. So I guess if you break it down, per person, it's actually not that bad. But looking at it just as one payment, it looks pretty horrific. £36 for music and TV. Supermarket spend, which is mostly we shop at Aldi, occasionally Lidl and occasionally Asda, but the majority of this spend has been at Aldi this month, and that is £240.51, and that is all our supermarket food spending for the month of August. Takeaways and eating out came to a total of £98.06. Now this one shocked me because, to be quite honest, I couldn't remember where we'd eaten out or what takeaways we'd had. I didn't actually think we'd had any for the month of August, but clearly we did. And like I say, it totaled £98. Not a massive amount, but we're not big eating out people or takeaway people. So normally it's less than that. So that one kind of shocked me a little bit. Petrol for both my car and my wife's car came to £47.40 for the month. Mobile phone bills for the both of us came to just £12 because we're just on very cheap SIM-only deals. We paid off our phones, things like that. And we tend to keep our phones for a number of years before changing them. So we're just on cheap SIM-only deals. And TV and internet came to a total of £44.27. Now, that's all the costs I've got for the month of August. There obviously are other costs that we have to pay throughout the year, such as car insurance and things like that. However, car insurance is something we pay annually, and that comes up for us in the month of March. We also have a TV licence, which I believe is around £170. Again, we just pay that off when it comes around. So I haven't included those in these monthly bills because technically they aren't part of my monthly bills. But out of all the costs that I have named there, my monthly total for August has come to the grand total of £2,040 exactly. And that is the total expenses that we had for August. Now, to be honest, I think that is a lot of money to have to spend. Basically to live. I mean, when you think about it, that's housing costs and all the associated costs with housing. And then you've got food and you've got petrol and things like that. But there really aren't a lot of extra costs in there. I mean, we only spent £98 on, eating out, things like that. That's not a lot of money. We don't have cars on finance. We didn't do any trips out, to the cinema or days out, anything like that in the month of August. And we still managed to spend £2,040. That is a lot of money, I think, for, a month of living in the UK. I mean, what do you guys think? Are your monthly outgoings more than that or less than that? Let me know down in the comments. I mean, for me, it's only me, the wife, and our cat that we have to pay for. We don't have children. As I said, we don't have cars on finance. We don't have any, debts that we have to pay or loans that we have to pay. The only thing that we have is the mortgage. That's our biggest cost. And we do have a couple of those finance agreements that I explained for the kitchen and things like that. But like I say, they are 0% interest. So they're not actually costing us anything extra than the price of what we agreed to pay for the kitchen anyway. But what do you guys think about that? Do you think that is, a normal set of costs? Does that add up and what you think you kind of expected a month in the UK would cost? Or is it to the higher end or to the lower end? I'd love to hear your opinions. And feel free to share your own costs in the comments if you're willing to total it all up. Now, £2,040 a month is the most expensive that our bills have ever been. And I know we've got a couple of finance agreements in there and things like that eventually will come off after a few years, such as the loft one that will come off next month, for instance. But that is the highest our bills have ever been. And to be honest, it's not surprising because the UK right now is incredibly expensive to live in. And I'm sure if, you watching this, you will understand that. Prices have gone through the roof in the last couple of years and they seem to just keep going up. But there has to be a ceiling on some things because, to have to spend £2,040 a month, that is a lot of money to spend in a month, I think. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. If you enjoyed this, guys, remember to hit the like and the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And guys, I will catch you in the next one.